Do you want to do a count? Okay, sorry. 1 minute and then we're starting. Are we good? Okay. Good morning. I think we're going to start. We're slightly late because of technical issues. No talking in the front row, you lot. There we go. Good morning. I'm Ravi McGrath. I'm the Secretary of the Society, and this is the annual members meeting for 2023. It's going to be very quick, and then there's going to be an opportunity for this vast crowd to ask lots of questions. The agenda, so approval of last year's minutes, our President's report, Secretary's report, Treasurer's report, and then a few sundry items, so website constitution, scientific reports, any other business, and some questions. The first matter is the approval of last year's minutes from the AMM, which was on the 7th of October at the Newcastle AMM. I have had no emails from any of the members complaining about anything or any inaccuracies. We used to print lots of bits of paper out, but they just used to get left. So we didn't usually know how many people were going to attend, so we'd print 20 or 30 and then have loads left over. 28 members attended last year, so I think we're at 30 this morning, so good on you. Thank you. We've had some appointments which we need to just ratify. So our previous treasurer, Fawzia Mir, has been re-elected unanimously as our future treasurer. She's starting now. Fawzia's post is for another 3 years, so until November 26. The lovely Sally Sudan has been appointed as the new DAS RCOA Airway lead, which is also fantastic news. A breath of fresh air from the exceedingly grumpy and very absent Dr. McNary, actually. Where is he? Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. We've also had a new trainee representative, Nisha Abraham-Thomas. We had some interviews. She's here. There she is. Everyone say, stand up, Nisha, stand up. Nisha was interviewed about, we had quite a rigorous process of references and checking in with our referees and all of that. So it was quite a rigorous process. We had 6 applicants. We had an interview, 3 of the applicants were interviewed. Nisha was unanimously voted in, so she's starting now. It's a 2-year post. And we've already got a pile of work waiting for her to do. And Alistair McNary, when he finished as Airway lead, he begged to stay on committee. It was embarrassing. So he's been appointed as a special advisor to DAS by the executive, and that'll be for a year's post. So the current makeup of the society at the moment is Imran as president. His term finishes at the end of next year, as does mine as secretary. Fawzia we just mentioned for another 2 years. And then co-opted committee members, Professor O'Sullivan. Is the professor here? Gosh, another absent member of the committee. It's shocking. As our international liaison, Sandy we just mentioned, Alistair we've just mentioned. Sajay has been doing a fantastic job, I'm sure you'll agree, this last few days. And hopefully today will be similarly like that. Kareem as our superb scientific officer, Abijoy as our hardworking surveys coordinator. Gunjit and Tom have been absolutely superb this year. There's been a mountain of work they've been doing with webinars and e-zines and things like that. So they are still with us, which is fantastic. Craig and Cyrus have really come into their own in the last year, just because there's been loads of words we don't understand about websites, so they've been translating for us. Moomoon has popped in out of her maternity leave. Thank you very much, Moomoon. Where is your infant you haven't brought? And Nisha, so they are our 2 trainee representatives at the moment, and of course our fantastic Kate Rivett as our lay member. Okay, excellent. I'm going to move on to Imran's presentation now, and there you go.
Thanks, Ravi, and welcome, Al. I told you not to come that way. Anyway, right, okay, so I'm going to bring up a couple of things. So this year's been a pretty good year so far this year. We have had a number of DAS publications, the fantastic 2 papers on the human factors guidelines, DAS backed and endorsed undetectable soft intubation guidelines that came out earlier this year, really important piece of work. And early in the year, the difficult airway database sort of summary of the findings that we've had up till now, which again has been a pretty good paper. A lot of work, again led by Sajay, so congratulations on all the authors for those 3 DAS publications. We've had a number of webinars that Ravi has already alluded to, sort of primarily run by Gunjit. We had 4 last year, ranging from about 300 to over 1,000 people attending, so that they were really successful, really popular, and she assures me that she has already planned the next 3 or 4 for next year, and they all look very exciting. So I think that's a real nice addition to what we provide, apart from the guidelines and the ASMs, which is what we're sort of known for. So it's a nice new addition. So well done, Gunjit. Thank you very much, and the trainees who help her organise those. We've got 2 guidelines on the go at the moment. Barry is leading on the ethics guidelines. He has written some papers, and they are being looked at and reviewed and edited. So hopefully, maybe this year, or maybe early sometime next year, we'll see that. It's been a lot of hard work. Not an easy guideline to write, so he's been writing those. And myself and a few others have been working on the intubation guidelines, which we hope to launch in WAM 2025 is the aim. But let's see. And probably the thing I'm really happy to announce is that we have appointed, through a very rigorous process and lots of competition, the DAS professorship. And I'm delighted to announce, am I allowed to announce that we appointed the 2023 DAS professorship to now Professor Andy Higgs. So congratulations. I'm looking forward to the lecture next year. Don't overrun. We'll give you an hour. Okay, so other things, DAS collaborations. We've been working with all the other international societies. Many you saw yesterday have come to our ASM. We've had representatives going to their ASMs over the year. We're also co-organizing the regional airway meeting in Malaysia in September of next year. There's a meeting in Vietnam, with some DAS representation there. The World Congress in Singapore as well. So, and they're the ones that we know about. There'll be more that do pop up, EAMS and also other things. So there'll be lots of other meetings that we'll be involved in. So we've got a good international profile as well. Kate Rivet has been doing some amazing work, and if you haven't sort of seen them, they're all available on the website on patient information leaflets, brochures, as well as graphics, and they are brilliant, I have to say, infographics. So they're really, really good work. We're using them in our hospital. It's great for pre-assessment clinics, so do look at them. Kate's going to be talking about them in her session later, so please attend that. And if you visit the website, you'll be able to download those information sheets, and you can share them with your POAC clinics, and it's good to share that information with the patients before they come on the day of airway surgery. It's really good bit of information. And she's done some amazing work as our lay rep, so thank you very much, Kate, and some brilliant work there. Airway leads, obviously we just heard farewell to Al, but he has rejoined us in another capacity, and welcome to Sandeep, who I think will do a great job to carry on all the hard work that Al has been doing. And we've got some other ventures coming up, which we're working on. Tom's been working quite hard on the DAS, on the airway fellowships database, so gathering information on airway fellowships from across the UK, maybe looking at setting up a syllabus and trying to standardize airway training for fellows, and helping airway leads to deliver that training. The collaborative webinars, so the most webinars we do are collaborations with other societies and other specialities, so keep those going. And hopefully the website launch, which we're looking at hopefully doing in the summer of next year, which is long awaited and long overdue, but we're looking forward to getting that completed. And I think that's me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lovely. Thank you very much, Imran. So I'm just going to whiz through my report before we get to Fauzia's, and then we can give you some questions. So last night, Professor Anil Patel was was given the McEwen Medal. I think he's sharing it with a few other professors, but that was fantastic news. And the best thing was he really didn't know that he was going to be expecting it. So congratulations, Anil, and we look forward to more great things from you. So well done. Website update, I'm going to just give you a few slides in a moment. The DAS HSRC ePhoner registry, that's still an ongoing process that Alistair is involved with, and you'll be getting updates about that as we go through the year. One of the main reasons for Alice's reappointment as a special advisor was to review the Constitution. As part of our Constitution is to review it every 5 years. Things change, and so we're starting that process now. And what we really want from you is input from the society members. Just because if there's any changes you think need doing about the makeup of the Constitution, elections, and all that sort of thing. So you'll be hearing more about that shortly. Probably you heard about the passing of Ralph Ford earlier in the year. Ralph was the founding member of the Society and our first chairman, not president, chairman, wasn't he, from 95 to 99. And actually there was an article about him in the e-zine earlier in the year. Training activity, we've had a couple of e-zines this year. The new one should be out. I think it came out a few days ago, is that right? Yep, which is fantastic. So thank you for the trainees and for Tom for that. And we have some media competition winners, and I can't read it from here. So even they've had to bring the TV nearer so we can read it. Jennifer Renke for the airway kit for the future, and that was, oh God, I still can't read it. Creative writing. So that was the Creative Writing Prize, and Marion Ash for the second one down there. I should have just looked up there. I think we're going to continue with our media competition. It's always been fairly amusing, and we get some very interesting articles, which is excellent. Thank you for our retiring committee members. Natalie Sylvie has retired as our trainee rep. Natalie's just got a consultant job at Chelsea and Westminster. She's not here this time round, but she's been a great addition to the Society. And a couple of dates you probably heard about from Fauzia and from Ellen yesterday, the ASM in London next year. So there won't be a workshop. It'll just be scientific lectures on the Thursday and the Friday. It'll be at the Guildhall, which is a fabulous site. It's kind of right by St. Paul's. So there's some great hotels nearby, some great venues. We're going to have our dinner at the Houses of Parliament. So that should be really quite stunning. And then the year after, we'll be in Florence, which again will be absolutely stunning. And we heard from Anil and Ellen about that yesterday. So I'm going to move quickly on to Fauzia's report. Fauzia, do you want us to do it from here or from there?
It's been another challenging year financially, mostly because of one big expense which we're still incurring a cost on, and that's the DAS new website, which is up and coming in the new next financial year. So far, we've paid the web project manager's fees and the web designing and the hosting company fees. And we still have about 40% more to pay for this year. So that's been our big expense for this year. But the good thing is that our membership numbers have been increasing steadily year on year. As of September the 30th of this year, we've got a total number of 3,727, which is the maximum we've been in the past many years. This last year, we got 332 new members joining in, and thanks to Gunjit for her webinars, we got a few trainee members from there, which is always a good sign for us. The average number of new people joining in per year is roughly around 250. So this past year gone has been a good year for us in that sense that our membership numbers have been more than usual. As you can see from this graph. So we've got some associate members and 332 full members as well. So if you look at our expenses, this does not include the income stream we got from the DAS 2022 meeting, because it was just delivered to us a couple of months ago. These run from June to June each year. But as you can see, the main expense we've had is the association costs and the website-related costs, which we've partly paid and partly still paying. Carl Stores has kindly sponsored us for another year for the alert card project, which is very helpful. We've still got a healthy balance, although all that money is not ours, what's on there. Currently, we've got about £340,000, which are our own. There's Adept money with us, there's Puma money with us, and there's some other restricted money which is not ours. So what we expect in the new year is a new website with excellent functionality, which will be user-friendly and accessible for all people who either want to join in or are already members. And the advantage of that is the security of the content is ensured, which was something which we were concerned with the current website. And it was a bit difficult to navigate as well. So all these issues will be hopefully addressed by the middle of next year. We've had a very successful DAS 22 meeting in Newcastle, followed by an excellent meeting in Birmingham this year. And next year's meeting is planned to be in London. As Ravi said, the venue's been booked, the gala dinner has been booked, and it's all looking good from that side of things. So I hope to see as many members there as we had for Birmingham as well.
Fantastic.
And that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Fawzia. One, maybe two slides on the website. This has been a big project. We started in January. Rather than us hunting around online for website providers, we went to an IT consultant who listened to what we want. We had some kind of quite in-depth meetings with him, several of 2-3 hours each. And then he decided, he thought about what we wanted and then went to 3 suppliers. And they all bid to us, and we've ended up with a company called Very Connect, who have been really very good and very understanding. So as we said, the project has started. So it started probably in August, September, after all the tendering process and money's changed hands. And the idea being we'll have a all-in-one site. The problem we've had is been with the membership, actually. It's just people joining. It's been a very complex, very manual process that the association staff have been doing. So hopefully that won't be occurring anymore. So at the moment it's split into a database. When I say database, it's not the difficult airway database. It's the database of the members' details, as well as the rest of the website, providing all the academic material and the advertising and everything else. So other than the costs that Fawzia mentioned, there will be ongoing costs that you can see there, so £45,000 for the support for the first year, and then another £5,500, which will keep going. Quickly, just going on, mindful we've only got a few more minutes left. Kareem's done a fantastic job this year. You mentioned some of the projects he's going to be talking about this afternoon. So the Atom project, that's ongoing. So that's this afternoon about 3, is that right? So you're presenting. And consideration for other national DAS projects have been going through. As we heard, Andy has just been appointed as the DAS professor, so the applications will be opening in the first part of next year. So if you know people that you think will maybe encouraged to do it, please do speak to Kareem, and he will help you. It's quite an arduous process, but definitely worthwhile. But speak to Kareem, and he will guide you through that. The DAS grants, there have been no DAS grants this year. Again, if you think you've got a project that you need money for, please do come and speak to him. And even though you may think it's an uphill battle, he will definitely guide you through all of that. The DAS faculty professors, we have some fantastic professors on faculty at the moment, and we're going to be dragging them in to do more and more work over the coming year. And also we have a DAS PhD scholarship, and that is open as well. And again, please contact Kareem for any further details about that. Anything else, Kareem? Don't think I missed anything out. No, fantastic. Constitutional review, as I mentioned, we need to check every 5 years. These need to be ratified at the AGM. So the plan is to start the process now. This is the email, and that will be sent out to all the members, constitution@das.uk.com, and then we will be presenting that for ratification next year. So in summary, London ASM next year, we've had a fantastic increase in numbers. That's really been superb, actually. 3,700 is probably the most we've had. The website developing nicely, the eFainer registry, constitutional review, and that is it. Questions, issues, problems, anything that anybody would like to ask any of the DAS executive or the DAS committee? Okay, fantastic. If we're done, then we have time for a quick coffee before the 9 o'clock start. Thank you very much indeed, and we'll see you all next year. Thank you.